Right, let's get the live chat up and running, shall we? Okay. And any second now. There we are, I've got it. Brilliant. Okay, so hey everyone, it's Spursrail here. Welcome to today's live stream once again on Train Sim World 2, this time on a Friday night. Certainly a change from the normal schedule. The reason why I can't stream on the Sunday because I finish work later than normal, so on the Sunday, so I won't be able to do a stream on Sunday, so I thought I'd do one tonight on Friday. There will be a normal stream as well on Monday, the 11th of April as well. So, right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of this stream. What are we doing? We're taking a look at one of the most iconic freight routes in the US of A, and that is Sherman Hill in Wyoming, which goes from Cheyenne to Laramie. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to do a full run, I think, from Cheyenne to Laramie, Wyoming. Just got to figure out where I'm going for starters. Alright, let's do this one. Hermosa to Cheyenne Yard intermodal or intermodal. Oh, that's a cool little shot there. Good old Oakville subdivision. Right, I'll take a look at the chat. Say my hellos. Trainmaster, hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Nice to see you. Hey, Saito Kin. Nice to see you. Polish Kid, hello, hello. Hope you're well. Okay, let's take this continental intermodal or intermodal train from Hermosa to Cheyenne Yard. Excellent, perfect conditions as well. Right, I have had literally... That's loud on my headset. Let me just turn that down a bit. Right, I have not done a single thing in preparation for this stream on Sherman Hill. I think the only thing I did was a little recap of the tutorial, just so I can get up to speed. So we put the reverser in. Excellent. You can see the engines firing up there. I'll put the banking comm on. I'm not too sure. I don't know if we have a locomotive at the rear of this train. Right. Let's open the cabinet. EDA fuse. I don't know what that is. I'll turn it on, see what happens, eh? What are these? Oh, they don't work. No. 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 That's a cab signal fuse. I'll put that one on. Yes, yes, all good. Seems tickety-boo to me. Just check the front here. Give the good old final checks. Oh, what's that? Fresh air blower. I imagine we won't need them on. Maintenance light. Oh, I'll turn it on just for the sake of it. Does this chair move? I swear it has a handle. Oh no, you can't move forward. Fair enough. Right. I do have to go into... Is it one of the screens, isn't it? It's not very bright, is it? Oh, that explains it. It needs to be way brighter. 100%. The brakes are cut in. That's a good start. Didn't have to do anything there. I'll brighten that screen up as well. Just have a look what we've got. Ticking around. Engineer's second screen. Locomotive brake. What if I touch it? Oh, it won't do anything. Nope, nope, nope. Seems all good. Sounds like a windy old day outside, but anyway, let's get going. I've just noticed the brakes are still on, but we're moving forward. That's pretty powerful locomotive. So right, let's proceed. So we're starting roughly in the middle of the route. Well, not really in the middle, are we? Kind of near the middle. And we're going to go all the way to Cheyenne, which is over there. Full power. Notch 8. And this is our train. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. SD70 ACE. Ease. Cut the power for a little bit. I'll have a look at the chat. And have a sip of tea while I'm at it as well. We do have a locomotive at the end. Says Train Master. Speaking of that, I will take a look at that from the map. Very long consist. Probably more than 100. Oh, we got another train that's going to be passing us. Interesting. Yeah, we do have a train at the rear. Where's that train going on the left then? Or on our right, sorry. It's just it's just about to pass. We'll have to wait, won't he? Because it's only a 2-track on the section we're currently on. Yeah, so he's going to have to wait for a little bit. Off we go to Cheyenne. Now, of course, very recently in the was it the last update this game had? Sherman Hill had quite a lot of fixes and improvements. And it certainly made the route a much more better overall package, certainly from the performance point of view. I remember when I played this first time, good lord, the frame rate was awful in the tutorials. Whether you might have picked that up in the tutorial videos I put out excuse me, for this route at the time, I don't think you did, but I certainly know that when other people were playing Sherman Hill, it wasn't the best when it came to the performance, like frame rate and so on and so forth, and loading in assets and all that kind of jazz. But now that Dovetail has kind of cleaned up the terrain around the main line of Sherman Hill, it certainly runs a lot more smoother. I think they've took out a stack load of like weeds or something and little plants that wasn't really necessary. I think they replaced them with like some sort of straw or hay asset that cows would eat, and certainly the stability has improved impeccably. And actually, I think, speaking of cows, I think what was it, the mastery thing you can unlock for this route, which is a herd of bison, has actually been moved closer to the main line, so you might actually get to see some bison. No, I won't. No, actually, we won't see bison. Not in this stream, anyway. I haven't done a single thing other than the tutorial. So this will literally be my first my first ever, like, services on this route. And yes, I will be covering this route and all the possible services you could do on this route in my timetabled series at your service. And I'll tell you something, actually, come to think of it, it's actually a good time now to be practicing this kind of heavy freight kind of action, because, of course, Horseshoe Curve, a route that I'm certainly looking forward to, as I'm sure you are as well, is coming out very soon, much sooner than normal train symbol routes. It's coming next Tuesday, and yeah, certainly by what Horseshoe Curve has shown us, Skyhook and Dovetail have shown us in terms of the package, the improvements, and so on and so forth. Yeah, much better than what was shown in what was it, January, February time. Trainmasters Americans call it a DPU. I see, okay. The Distributed Power Unit. Prehistoric Bacon, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Welcome. Just doing my first run ever on Sherman Hill. Something's not right with these brakes, is there? There's something not right with these brakes. It's almost like the brakes are turned on. Are they actually cut in or something? Knowing me, there probably is something wrong. Cut in? No, they're both cut in. Distributed power. Man mode. No. It's not an F3 or something. Nope. Even the main... No, that don't work. More options. What's going on? Operator controls. Ah, here we go. We want it to be lead, don't we? Lead. Cut in. Thank you very much. Seems to be doing something. Yes, it's working. Brilliant. My apologies there. My fellow American railroad viewers. Or American viewers. It's better if I say it that way. Always another train. Taking some cars to another part of Utah or another state. Probably some Chevrolets or Fords or whatever American car brands are there. Chevrolet, Ford. Blimey, I should know this. Jesus, I like cars. Chevrolet, Ford. Hummer, Jeep, Dodge, Ram. What others? I don't know. No, it's a not a car train. It's just a mixture of different wagons. Polish Kia looks quite cool. It does. I agree. It certainly looks good fun. And it is good fun to drive. And a pretty decent landscape as well. One complaint I will have about these containers, I think we need some like American brands rather than just continental ones, you know, like Germany's Hapag Lloyd and Hamburg Sud and One. It would be nice if we had some other brands as well. I've noticed we're slowing down. Why are we slowing down? Oh no, something's gone wrong. Oh no, the brakes are coming off. What's going on there then? Well, the alarm must have gone off while I was outside the cab. Oopsie daisy. Never mind. Just have to wait for the brakes to release. No big deal. We don't actually have a due time, which is a nice surprise. There we are. Brakes have released. We can continue, thankfully, on a bit of a downhill grading as well, so that can aid our recovery back up to speed. And the speed limit is 40 miles per hour. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Go, go, go. That's it. In terms of bits and bobs I picked up in the last couple of weeks, I picked up, what was it, before my holiday? What was the route I picked up? I picked up, oh yeah, New York Harlem Line and the S-Bahn Zentralschweiz. I picked that up. I'm really enjoying it, both of them. They're actually pretty good fun. Brakes coming on for. What is going on here? Something's not right here. I don't like it. What is the brakes coming on for? This is very confusing. That's not right, is it? Something to do with this alarm, I think. I must have turned on. Right. Where's those thingamabobs I turned on? Somewhere in this bucket. Cab signal fuse. Let's turn that off, shall we? And let's turn off that EDA fuse thing. Don't worry, Mr. Cab. Signal thingamabob. Relax, Cab. Alerter. I'm completely in control. You don't have to worry about a single thing. I'm amazed we're still moving despite the brakes constantly keep applying. Come on, get off the brakes. I'm sitting in the chair. No? So was there another thing? Oh, should I just turn it off? Let's just turn it off, shall we? I wanted to put it on for the challenge, but it's more annoying than I thought. Right, let's turn it off. There we go. Yeah, release the brakes, just leave them. Right, that must be the cab's fuse, this signal fuse that's causing problems, so... What's this EDA fuse mean? Well, we'll turn that on, let's see what that happens. Oh, I just wanted the alerter on. Obviously you can't have the best of both worlds. Either that cab signal thingamabob is broken or... I don't know, but that's very irritating. I just want to enjoy it and I can't. Brakes keep being applied and have a mind of their own even though I'm pressing buttons and... Oh, blimey. I feel very sorry for the real-life drivers of Union Pacific who drive on Sherman Hill. They have to contend with that alarm going off constantly. Well, at least the scenery's nice. I'll give them that. I'll give them that, that's for sure. Sodakin, Spurs surprised UMAX isn't here, especially when Union Pacific and CSX, who jointly own it, are involved in this game. UMAX, that must be one of their brands, I imagine. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised if it is one of their brands. That's the alerter. That's the one I was looking for. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, UMAX, pretty well-known brand within the CSX and Union Pacific circles, if you like. I believe they will come to the game, but if not, I'm pretty sure you can go on the Creators Club and maybe find some containers or something that's been painted in the UMAX colours. Unless you can't do that, I'm not too sure. I haven't checked. I'll be honest with you there. Islanders 2022. Hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Afternoon. Not feeling very well. Got bad allergies to pollen from the flowers. Oh dear. I hope you get well soon, my friend. Obviously, springtime is among us. Oh, there's a... Just caught that crossing. Just in time. Yeah, as I was saying, springtime is upon us all. But unfortunately, the weather is not picking up. I think the only warm day I've had in springtime was last Saturday when I was in France. It was a lovely day. It was like 17 degrees. I was sitting on the balcony with my cousin and, oh, beautiful. Every other day was freezing cold. Especially last Friday, almost had snow in Southampton. Absolutely freezing. And today it's just been cold, rain now and again. temperatures in the UK are meant to be picking up slightly, at least daytime temperatures are up to, I think near Easter time, 18 degrees Celsius, but certainly nighttime temperatures, yeah, not exactly warm. Bobby, hey, how are you? Hope you're well. It is cold, indeed it is, but thankfully not in the world of Sherman Hill in these immense desert heat, I'm sure. Now, in terms of the freight aspect, you can do not just on this route, but in, I suppose, like American heavy freight routes in general. You've got quite a lot of different types of wagons and rolling stock. For freight wise, I think I have a little list here that I wrote down. You've got I've got an idea for you. We'll play a little game, shall we? I have got a list of all the freight wagons we can play with in Train Sim World. This is the American wagons, okay? And I'm going to say a name of one of these wagons, and I want you to answer what type of stuff, or what type of I don't know what the word is, but what kind of, I don't know, things does the wagon carry? Is it a coal wagon? Is it an intermodal thing, you know, or something like that? So let's play this little game for you. So I'm going to read out the name of the first one, and I want you to guess what does it carry. So the first one, I'll give you a clue. It's a Beth Gonel. Beth Gonel, okay? BETHGONLL. What is that? I'll give you a clue. It is used by CSX, Norfolk Southern, and Union Pacific. But what kind of operation is it used for? What is it used for? I'll give you the clue again. It's Bethgonol, BETHGONLL, and it is used by CSX Transportation, Norfolk Southern, and Union Pacific. So there's your clues. I look forward to the answers. Sadly, there's no prizes on offer. Just going a little bit too fast there. I'll just apply the brakes, and when we get to 40 miles per hour, I'll take a look at the chat and see what they have. And no cheating. I know what some of you are going to be doing. You will either be going on the internet and typing it in. It's a fun little game, isn't it? Right, up to 40. I'll have a look at the answers. Who's the first one to say the answer? Actually, I'll say hello to Leo first. Hey, Leo, hope you're well. Thought you were going to do a stream on Sunday. I was meant to, but unfortunately, due to work priorities, well, I actually finished work on Sunday at what time did I finish work? 8 o'clock-ish, I'd say, but I don't usually work on a Sunday, but I finished work on Sunday at 8 o'clock, and I wouldn't be able to get home in time, have dinner, do the stream at 8:30. That's why I'm doing a stream tonight on a Friday, just a one-off for a change. But if you want me to do a stream on a Friday night instead of a Sunday night, then please feel free to make your views heard on this stream, or maybe in the comments once the stream is completed. Alright, let's have a look. Who's answered first? It's just a real fanny. He is indeed the winner. Cole. Whoever said Cole, congratulations. That's the first one. That's the first one. Congratulations. Right. Let's pick a random one, shall we? Alright. Okay, yeah, indeed. It was that the rail fan got it correct. It was a Beth Gonel coal gondola. which is a wagon included, firstly in Peninsula Corridor, Cane Creek, and of course the upcoming Horseshoe Curve route. It is used to haul... Oh, sorry, not Peninsula Corridor. I'm looking at the wrong bloody wagon. Stupid me. Forget that one. Right, let's do this one. Yeah, I bet you won't get this. There's not even a picture of it. So on the Wikipedia. So here we go. The next one is DOT. What does that mean? What kind of wagon is that? And what is it used for? DOT. D-O-T. And I can't even tell you who it's used by because it doesn't say. So DOT. D-O-T. What is that? What is that? I will give you a little clue. Seems to be quite a challenging one. So DOT. D-O-T. This is used on the specific routes is Sandpatch Grade and Oakville Subdivision. Yeah. Let's put the cat amongst the pigeons. Which one is that? DOT. D-O-T. What is that wagon? It does exist. It is in the game. What is it? Now, I better get on this train. Let's get this train under control while I'll get this train under control, then I'll look at the chat and see what you've said in terms of answers. I like this. This is a good game. I should do more of these types of games with wagons and rolling stock. It certainly puts a spotlight on the wagons and freight stuff. Let's just come off the brakes. There we go. Actually, I'll have a look. How many have we got then, wagons? So we've got 2 locomotives at the rear, 4 at the front. Yeah, over 100 container wagons we're pulling. That's a lot of wagons. Let's have a look. All right. Thierry, hey, how are you? Hope you're well. Sorry I forgot to say hello to you, but thankfully I've better late than never. Liam Byrne, hey, how are you? And Liam Byrne is correct. It is indeed a tank car. The DOT 117 tank car. Or specifically the TC 117 in Canada. It is a type of unpressurized tank car that is available in Sandpatch Grade and the Canadian National Oakville Subdivision. Pretty exclusive type of freight rolling stock there. So congratulations to him, or her, whoever it is. Right, let's get another one. Ah, this is a good one. Now, I'm just going to find the name for it first. Yeah, this is a good one. Right, okay, the next one. Round number 3. The name of it, or the first number, I should say, is the number 73. 73. Ah, what kind of wagon is that? With the number 73 in its name. I'll give you a clue. It is used on Peninsula Corridor, Canadian National Oakville Subdivision, and the Northeast Corridor, New York. I'll give you the name of it again, or the first number I should say of it, and that is the number 73. 73. What kind of wagon is that, and what is it used for? 73. Now, I'm not going to say I'm not going to do every single wagon in this game, because then it will get too easy. I'll just get off the brakes, and then I'll wait for the answers. Just to verify, we can't just guess from the numbers. That's the whole point of this game. It's meant to be tricky. Can't make it easy. No, you have to put your brains to the test. You see. And the winner of round 3 is Cytokin's Centre B. That is correct. The 73-foot centre beam flat car, which is featured in Northeast Corridor, New York, Peninsula Corridor, and Oakville Subdivision. It is used by CSX Transportation, Canadian National, and Union Pacific to transport a variety of goods, including lumber, planks, and wallboards. So well done there. Let's go on to round 4. Trying to find a good one. Oh, this is a good one. This is a very good one. Okay, the next one. Right, here we go. Now, this one, and it has another number, and this one is the number 85. 85. And it is used on Northeast Corridor, New York, exclusively, in fact. So that gives you a big clue. This is probably one of the easier ones. It's used exclusively on Northeast Corridor, and the number is 85. 85. I better get this train under control. One thing about Sherman Hill is the variation of steep gradients, that's for sure. So I do apologise if my driving is not up to usual-ish standards. Just trying to make the stream more entertaining, so I hope you can understand that. At least we're still moving. That's the positive. I'll take a look at the exterior going by. Different containers of shapes and sizes and colours. Right, back in the cab. Let's have a look at the answers. Who wins? Bobby's got to go. Fair enough. Just verify. I prefer you say what they carry first. Oh, that's a good. Oh, that's a good suggestion. Actually, maybe I should say that. Yeah. Yeah, that would be better, wouldn't it? Yeah, yeah. Right, let's have a look. The answers. Thierry Grain. Nope, it's not Grain. Polish kid hasn't got a clue. It's fair enough. I thought it would be easier. Clearly it isn't. Cytokin is right. It is indeed trash containers. The green trash containers used on Northeast Corridor, New York exclusively. The 85-foot open deck flat car is indeed used by CSX Transportation to transport trash to the barges on the outskirts of Manhattan. This allows these kind of flat open deck flat cars. They allow to operate in areas where there is a low clearance due to the size of bridges or tunnels. So I think I'll do one more, and then I'll concentrate on the driving a bit more and maybe answer some of your questions. Right, let's have a look. What's this one? No, won't do that one. That's a bit too easy. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, yeah, this is a good one. Right, the last one. Now, the first name or the first letter I will give you of this specific wagon, is the name of a dog. Husky. 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 It is used by CSX Transportation, Union Pacific, and Norfolk Southern. Husky. Name of a dog? Husky. What kind of container is that, ladies and gentlemen? It's a big clue. Come on. I'll give you another clue then. We're pulling it. What's the current consist I am driving? Just get under the speed of, and I'll take a look at the answers. Hope you're enjoying this game. I'm certainly am. Right, let's come off the gas. The brakes, I should say, not the gas. Right. And who wins? It is indeed Saidukin again with the Husky double stacks. Well done. The Husky stack, 53-foot container car, of course. Made by Greenbrier Companies. Type of container wagon used by CSX Transportation, Union Pacific, and of course Norfolk Southern on routes such as Sandpatch Grade, Sherman Hill, and the upcoming Horseshoe Curve. So there we are, that's the game. Hope you enjoyed it. That was quite good fun, actually. Hope you put your American freight rolling stock skills to the test, unless you just searched it up on Google. Then yeah, hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed that. It was good fun. On goes the brakes. Right, let's take a look at the chat. Leo, can I ask you a question? Of course. Go ahead. Feel free. Can you guess this flag? Hint, it's an Asian flag and it's near India. India, blimey. No, I'll be honest there. I don't know, actually, to be fair. Vietnam? No, it's not near India, is it? No, Vietnam. Is it Burma? It might be Burma. I don't know, actually. It's not Thailand, is it? No, and it's definitely not Malaysia. Near Vietnam. What the hell's near Vietnam these days? Well, China's next door. That's obviously not it. Burma's the one I could think of, really. I'm not too sure. That's a complete guess. I've just missed a crossing. Oh well, never mind. I'll toot the horn anyway. 17 miles to go until Cheyenne. Then I think the second part of the stream I'll do a run going to where from? Going to there. To Laramie. I won't do a full run, I don't think I'll have enough time. So I think there's a service where you can go from like a quarry or something on this side of the map and scoots all the way up to Laramie, so I might do that. And then if I've got enough time, I might do a quick little switching service with the good old and reliable SD40-2. It's very nice and snug in this cab, I must say. It's a nice interior, the SD70AC. I think the engine or the drivetrain of this locomotive has some, I think, very similar parts or similar gearbox or something to the BR Class 66 diesel electric locomotive on the British UK routes. Because I know the sound package is very, very similar, if not identical in some areas. It's just been slightly tweaked to make it sound a little bit different, other than the horn, of course, which is completely new and different. Unless someone knows more information about the Union Pacific SD70 ACE, if you want to give some facts about it, then feel free, because I haven't got any. I've got a trophy, done 70 kilometers, I think. Just saw it pop up there in the top left corner. It's quite good. We're doing full service at the moment, and we're struggling to get down to 45. I'm pretty confident we'll be okay. Sodekin Thierry actually beat me there. Oh, fair enough. Fair credit. Fair to Thierry. He wins that final round then of the game. Well done to him. Oh, it's Bangladesh. Oh, okay. Blimey, my geography does need to improve. I thought I was good at it. Obviously, I'm not. Bangladesh, right. I learned all the Asian flags as well as the European flags. Well, good on you. Polish kid has to go. Alright then, take care of yourself. We'll see you next time. Have a good weekend, my friend. Oh, I did turn... Did I turn banking com on this train? I have, haven't I? Blimey. Now or never it needs to come on, the brakes. What's this brake here? That's the automatic. What's that? That's the independent brake. Where's the dynamic brake? Oh, that's the dynamic brake there. Okay, that's quite good. What does that do then? Oh, not much really. Clearly. Oh, that's doing something. Let's put on the brakes there, shall we? We need to increase the braking performance. We need to get this train under control, because at the moment it's getting close to being a disaster. A runaway train, uncontrollable, down the steep Sherman Hill. Thierry, all I know is it has 4,300 horsepower. That's a lot of horsepower. I think we've just lost a mile per hour in the speed. It's not improving, is it? We might have to try the dynamic brakes, I think. I think this is where it uses the engine, so we can maybe release the independents. And I've just been a muppet and released all of the brakes. That's very clever of me. Well done. I can put the brakes back on to full service. The dynamic brakes are coming on. Now's a good time for it to come on. Come on, brakes, what are you doing? This is a very good learning for me. I don't know how steep Horseshoe Curve will be compared to Sherman Hill, but it's not going to be a walk in the park, is it? That's all I can gather. Let's put the brakes on to full service, see what happens. There we go, on comes the brakes. That's better. It's dynamic brakes on, yeah, it's on maximum as well. Is there something on? I've not done here. Engine run, generator, that's all tickety-boo. Platform lights, the onboard lights, didn't even know they were on. Heater, I'm not bothered about the heater. It's cold. Well, for me. Not in the game, of course. Ah, come on, brakes, please. Go on. Oh, good thing the speed limit is going to be 55. We've been steadily getting towards 55. Thierry, I know some parts of the HSC gets up to 3%. Wow. That is damn steep. Hopefully I'm pretty sure the ES44 ACs will be very, very powerful. Oh, come on, train. Dynamic brakes should be working. You can hear the engine, like, doing its thing, but it's not really resulting in much. I might have to put on all the brakes here at this rate. Right, all of the brakes are on maximum. All of them. It has to come to a stop very soon. It needs to slow down, at least. I'm hoping the end of this hill, well, for Sherman Hill itself, ends pretty soon. So all of the brakes are on maximum. It has to come to a stop. We're slowly slowing down. We need to slow down a bit more than that. Still nowhere near. Leo, could I give you another one? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Just make it a bit... well, yeah, give me another one. I think I'll come off the dynamic brake, I think. Pretty sure it will be okay. It didn't really do much, the dynamic brake, other than the sound of the engines. Leo tried to guess this one is UP. Ah, it's easier. Slovakia. Slovakia. Easy. I was about to say Slovenia, but it's not. It's Slovakia. Yeah, it's Slovakia. I know the flags really well of Europe and some Asian countries, and some obviously North American ones and South American countries because of the World Cup. And yeah, England's World Cup group for Christmas World Cup certainly looks good, interesting. We've got Iran, the USA, and one of either Ukraine, Scotland, and Wales. How ironic is that? Of all the three nations in the world, England's World Cup group, it has to be one of those three countries at the moment. At least Russia's not in it. Good. We're steadily hanging on at 51 miles per hour, 1.2%. Not too bad, not too bad. Just over 9 miles to go until Cheyenne. Leo, that's right, it's my home country. Yeah, I was good with that one. I recognised it immediately the moment you put it up. Leo, alright, can I give you a last one? Of course you can. Go ahead. You played my game, I'll play your game. Now, I'll just throw the question out there. Who is, or who isn't, getting Horseshoe Curve on April the 12th. Of course, for PC players, you can currently pre-order it with a Steam discount. It'd be interesting to see if some console markets may get a discount or not. I'm not sure. Would be nice if they did. Sometimes some Train Sim World routes or DLCs get a PlayStation Plus discount if you're a PlayStation Plus member. And you do get like a nice little 10% discount. I know it's not much, but these days anything's cheaper, I'll take it. Even if it's slightly cheaper, it's a saving. That must be a tanker train going by. Indeed it is. One thing I'd like Dovetail to say is that when you do like tanker train services or something, I wish that you'd have some clarification over whether the tankers are full or empty, because I suppose the only real way to know if it's full or empty is by actually opening up the tops of the tankers and seeing if there's fuel inside or not. I wish I could just have that in the timetable selection menu, like say tankers full or tankers empty next to it. Certainly gives some more greater clarity. Unless they're all just empty. Then I don't know. We're cruising along rather nicely. This is African, the Ivory Coast. I was about to say Ireland because it's almost the identical colour scheme of the Republic of Ireland, but it's Ivory Coast. Cytokine, don't think I'll get it on Premiere as I'm waiting on Simrail and what's that? Sim. What is that? I've never heard of that before. HMM Sim. Certainly something I haven't heard before. The gradient has decreased to exactly 1%. Now, one thing that has been cleared up, as we're now not too far from it, let me just see if I can charge ahead, is, look at that lovely lagoon there, or whatever it is. This factory here had like a big chimney or something that wasn't actually meant to be in the factory. This facility behind me, I think, I may be wrong, maybe a different one, but... Oop, pressed the wrong button. Yeah, but I think the chimney is removed. It's where the SD40 does its shunting duties. It might be the wrong one, actually. I might be wrong. Is it where yeah, this is where the SD40 is. There was like a chimney, like round here or something, but it's been taken away and shifted to another part of the route. It was quite obvious that the chimney needed to be removed because that chimney was not meant to be there in the real world. It was like a big stack, smokestack or something, so thankfully that's gone. Wonder who made that blaring error. Imagine they would have got a ticking off from some people inside Dovetail Games. Sorry, Kim, but I may do during a sale. Oh, okay, fair enough. Leah, that's right, you're good at it. Thank you, I try. But everyone else has got it right as well. Thierry's got it right as well. Ricky's Creations, hey, how are you? What is the best route in Train Sim World 2? Well, that depends really. It depends what you like. Like, do you like passenger? Do you like freight? Do you like shunting or switching, as it's called in America, or do you like a route which has a mixture of all three, or do you like just British routes or German routes or American routes or rest of the world? There's loads to choose from. The best route, blimey, that's a tough one. I don't know. I don't think there is such thing as like the best route in Train Sim World, really, is there? Because everyone has, so many different styles of gameplay that they all like, and different genres as well, like routes set in the past, or routes set in the present, or routes that focus specifically on freight or on passenger. There's loads of them. So I think it's almost impossible to have a route that is defined as the best in Train Sim World. Well, my favourite is Northern Transpennine, but that's because I just like the old school kind of routes. Because it has, good mixture of passenger services, a lot of freight activity as well, and some decent shunting in there as well. I'd say Southeastern High Speed is a good shout as well. You've got good mixture of surfaces there, so great rolling stock to play with. If you like the German stuff, personally for me, I think Nürburgring Dresden, along with the Taranto ramp extension, or maybe one of the base Train Sim World route games, two route games, routes I should say, like Curl to Aachen. If you like German stuff, that's a good one. I think Clinchfield, I'll give that a shout as well, because that is very, very challenging. My good lord, very challenging. The French TGV is also in Train Sim World, and that's definitely one of my top routes for me. And speaking of LGV Mediterranean, it's getting some tweaks and improvements and new additions. It's getting some new mastery stuff, such as fireworks, or some planes displaying the French flag, like the Red Arrows does in England, or something like that. Right, the gradient is significantly decreasing, so I think we can come off the brakes now. There we are. 3 miles exactly until the yards of Cheyenne. Now, when you think of locomotive DLCs for Sherman Hill, it's practically endless, isn't it? You could have the Lord, what's that locomotive called? The gas turbine one. Whether it still is used in Sherman Hill, I don't know, but the Union Pacific gas turbine locomotive, that would be a fascinating one to have, purely from its its drivetrain. One obvious one is, well, probably one of the most iconic locomotives in the world, Big Boy. Big Boy has returned from the dead and is going along very well. I think recently it did a kind of like a tour across America to some degree. Not like from coast to coast, but I think visiting areas that I used to in the past. I think it did a little tour there, and it proved quite popular. A lot of people went to see it. I watched a video on YouTube of it, and it was amazing for crowds. It still draws, the majesty is still there for it. I mean, I would love to go and see Union Pacific Big Boy in the flesh. I wouldn't even care if it's just standing still in a station or a yard. I mean, just to see the thing, towering over you, you think, God blimey, this is an unbelievable piece of engineering. So I'd quite like to see Big Boy on Sherman Hill, give it a spin on some freight trains. That would be really quite cool. Another one would be a shunter in the Cheyenne yards. I think it's the SW10 diesel switcher. That would be quite good, because we desperately need some switching duties in Cheyenne, as well as Laramie. You can do a bit of shunting here in this plant facility down here, the SD40. There's not really that much, so I do believe strongly that SW10 has a very good chance, probably the best chance of all, really, of the candidates I've just said that could come to Train Sim World. And I think actually an SW10. Speaking of the SW10 switcher, I think it was actually what was it, added to Train Simulator in a new upgraded form or something, like the performance characteristics and the visuals have improved by some third-party developer or modder. I remember I checked a video out on the YouTube, and yeah, it just looks absolutely stunning. Absolutely extraordinary. Right, let's have a look at the chat, because I've been blabbering on, haven't I? We're still going pretty quickish, aren't we? 21 miles per hour. Slowly coming down the speed. We're about to come to a stop. I'll actually not look at the chat for a second. I'll just check, make sure the switches are in the correct positions. I'm pretty sure we don't have to make any, well, switches to the switches. But yeah, okay, we got a red light at the end. We'll just cruise in to the yards of Laramie. Leo, I'll give you the ultimate one for Grand Last. For this one's in Oceania. Oh my god, I don't know anything in Oceania other than New Zealand, Tahiti, but I know it's not Tahiti, so I'm not sure what that one is. Thierry, on the HSC stream, the route looked like it had been made to a high standard, so definitely buy it. I agree. Horseshoe Curve has certainly seen a lot of improvements, not just on the performance and the visual characteristics of the ES44 AC, but the route itself, it's night and day. Like when you compare the screenshots to Horseshoe Curve when it was announced, in January, February time, to doing, I think it was a preview stream last night. I checked a little bit of it. I'm not gonna lie, I was very excited to see what Skyhook had done, and see some gameplay of it in action. And certainly the quality has gone up another notch. I mean, I quite rate Skyhook. I mean, they made Cane Creek, to me, I think it was a brilliant route, just from the scenery perspective. So they definitely know how to, smash it out of the park when it comes to the scenery aspect of the Train Sim World stuff they've created. I think the only negative bits really Skyhook has is the BR187 sound packages and the some bugs that Cane Creek had earlier on in its life cycle. But other than that, it's been pretty good. So I'm definitely going to get it, that's for sure. Sorry, Kintieri second it for 100%. It looks good. Oh, good, I'm glad. I hope you... Well, I'm going to be getting it, that's for sure. I'll definitely try and make some content for it as soon as I get my grubby little hands on it. Ricky's Creation likes a freight mix. Well, there's certainly a lot of routes to choose from. That does freight, mostly American. You've got Sherman Hill, which is Union Pacific freight action. You've got Sandpatch Grade, which comes as Train Sim World as standard. You've got the historic Clinchfield Railroad. It's set in Kentucky and Virginia in the late 1970s. That's a really good challenge. That was some good old classic diesels like the EMDF7 and the SD40. You've got Cane Creek, which I just said, that's another Union Pacific route, but it's not as... I wouldn't say there's not much. Yes, it's a good route, but I don't think there's much to do if you compare it to other routes. Horseshoe Curve, which is coming out next Tuesday. That's made by a different developer for the game, Skyhook. Is there another one? Don't think there is there? I think that's all. I think that's all the ones I've said. Let me just correct myself. Yeah, Clinchfield, Cane Creek, Sherman Hill, which I'm driving, and Horseshoe Curve. So there's a good selection of routes there. Rossignol is another good one. That's got a mixture of everything, a bit of passenger shunting and freight duties, but it's more. But the route leans towards more on the freight aspect. So that's another good one as well. Ricky's Creations wants an Australian route. Australia is a great railroading location, and I'm surprised actually that I don't think there has been a route in Train Simulator or obviously not Train Sim. Well, when it comes to Australia, I know there was a Train Simulator route released in New Zealand set back in time, and that looks quite interesting. So whether if a route in Australia or New Zealand comes to Train Sim World, of course, that remains to be seen. I wouldn't mind which country they do, but I'm sure the Australian public would definitely like to see a route in either Australia or a close neighbour, New Zealand. That is if they're neighbours. Alright, approaching the stop marker here. Maximum brakes. Ricky's Creation wants the Tokyo bullet trains. Oh yeah, that's a route I'd definitely like to. I mean, the Tokaido Shinkansen is, the originator of high-speed train travel in the world, really. I'd love to see it, 100%. I even made a video on it a long time ago, I think over a year ago or so. One of my playlists, what's it called? I think it's called Other Train Sim World video. That's more of my in-depth analysis of routes and locomotives I want to see in the game, or specific features I want to see in the game, etc., etc. I think there's a route suggestion video I did on the Tokaido Shinkansen. So yeah, if you want to check that out, then please feel free. Thierry, I think they should make the G-Tail. Ooh, what's G-Tail, Thierry? I've never heard of that before. Leo, it's Marshall Islands. Oh, that flag. Oh, okay. That was a good one. Thierry Jager's main specific barn is mostly freight. Yeah, that's another good suggestion. Good one, Thierry. DOGG, Oakville, Canada. That's right. Oakville Subdivision's another. Oh yeah, of course, I forgot. Oakville Subdivision's another heavy freight route. Albeit it's not my absolute favourite, I'll be brutally honest. But yeah, that's another heavy freight route as well. Good job, DOGG, for mentioning that. Well, we'll just creep towards our stopping point. Let's take a look at the town of Cheyenne. You can hear the insects buzzing away. Very much a desert area, Sherman Hill. Very industrialised town. This is the humongous yards of Sherman. There's a roundhouse somewhere, or the remains of one. I'm not sure where it is. It was somewhere, wasn't there? Oh yeah, it's further behind, isn't it? Yeah, some locomotives here, sitting in the yard. Yeah, this is the roundhouse. Just imagine Big Boy Park there. That'll be something to do, won't it? Crikey. Taking Big Boy into service. Imagine trying to fire that up. Need like 5 to 6 crew members or 5 to 6 players just to get Big Boy going. So there's the ST40s. 40-2, I should say. Waiting their duties. You can see how big this yard is. I'm going way over. Stop marker. Thankfully, it's not the end of the world. Didn't I go for a red signal? I did. Oh well. Thankfully the game didn't give me a telling off. But there we are. That concludes the first service. Exactly. Almost an hour and 8 minutes. Yeah, I'm not surprised I got a bronze. It was my first proper run on Sherman Hill, so yeah. Oh, I got another achievement. Old Faithful. Lovely. That's my first service complete. Quite pleased with that. Let's have a look. What kinds of bits and bobs can you do on this? Oh yeah, you can have different Can you have different variants? No, you can't have a dirty one. Okay, fair enough. Now let's put it in hot July. No, we'll leave it in clear. Why not? So what can you do? Ethanol from Hermosa to Cheyenne. No, I've already done that one. Well, that's a good one, but that's going to take an hour and 24 minutes. I don't think I'll be able to stream for that long. Hermosa to Laramie. That's 29 minutes, actually. It's not too bad. Is that the one I just did, though? Hermosa to Laramie. That's another intermodal. Isn't there one like with a quarry or something? Is that it there? That must be it there. It's an hour and 10 minutes? Really? I didn't think it was that long. Where's the quarry then? Well, let me take a look at this. I didn't know it was an hour and 10 minutes. Blimey, I thought it was a little bit less than that. Well, I'm not working Saturday. This is the quarry. I didn't think it was. Blimey, it's theirs, right? Oh, I didn't know it was up. I didn't know it was. Oh, so we got to go from this quarry to there. Let's have a look. What have we got then? The hot desert sun. So this is the quarry. Have I got an hour and 10 minutes? No, I don't think I have actually. No, I won't do that. Just won't have time. It'll take too long. I know my driving will make it even longer. What was that other one? There was like a good 30-minute one, wasn't there, in the timetable? What can this bad boy do? What can you do, my friend? Laramie to Laramie Cement. Deliver sand from Laramie Yard to the cement manufacturer. Should we do this one? Something a bit different with the SD? Yeah, let's do that one. 39 minutes, why not? Not the end of the world, is it? Let's give it a go. Let's give it a roll. Leo, did you know that Japan was the first country to create super high-speed trains? I did. 1964 was when the first high-speed rail line was created in Japan. And I've just seen the full-time result. Newcastle have just beaten Wolverhampton Wanderers by 1-0. Unfortunately, that's a shame. Wanted Wolves to win that. Never mind. Thierry v. G-Tel was a Union Pacific locomotive moved by gas turbines. Oh, okay, that was the name of it. Thank you. Now, Just Trains has been cleared to make content. I would love to see the Southwest China high speed. Yes, that's a very good one. Very good one. I would like to see that as well. Right, let's get the procedures up and running here. This familiar surrounding, and that is the SD40-2 step lights. I want the gauge lights. PTT, I'll turn the banking comm on just in case. Put the cutoff valve to freight. Oh no, lead or dead, I think. Initial reduction. Lights closed, headlights closed, fuse closed, fuse cabinet, no thank you. Utilities, well, that's an interesting one. Warning devices closed. Isn't there like a radio on somewhere? They usually turn them off, don't they? Dovetail. Rev counter controllers closed. Generator field, what's that one there? Auxiliary generator. That's the radio. Is turned on, I'm not too sure. Platform lights, I'll turn on the engine room lights. just for the sake of it. Number lights rear and number lights on the front. Just release the brakes and let them charge. Alright, now we do have to do some goody old switching. Do that. Oh no, that was already correct. Okie doke. Wonderful horn. What a magnificent horn, I must say. It's probably the best SD40-2 we have in the game. Hands down. Just because of that horn. Why can't all the horns be like that? It's so good. You know, it's annoying because they Dovetail bring these quality sounds in and then they go back to square one by delivering some rubbish ones, like with looping or just plain bad sounds. Like, it's like a jack-in-the-box, honestly, the sound department. It's almost like what they have for breakfast or something. Like, if they don't have the kind of breakfast they like, if they don't have it, then they're gonna have a grumpy day and they're gonna make some bad sounds. If they've, I don't know, had the breakfast they've always wanted or something before going into the Dovetail office, they're gonna make some crackers. Just wish they could do that. And I'm speeding because I'm very happy with the SD40-2. And since actually we're not pulling anything, I can use these kind of brakes, independent brakes. Earlier I think the Lumo route would be great for TSW2. The Lumo, ooh, I wonder what that is. Sounds interesting. On the brakes. Now we need to couple up to... Ooh, wrong one. That one. Right, let's couple up to the wagons that we just ran around. So we have to... yeah, we have to adjust this switch here and reverse back. Back we go, not too fast. That's probably the best horn in the game, I think. The quality, the execution of it. I'm struggling to think of another horn that beats it, really. Use the automatic brake now. On to the brakes. Boink. Right, we've attached. Just wait a moment for the brakes to do their thing. To do its thing, I should say. Right, let's proceed to Laramie Cement Works. A bit of wheel spin, but we should be okay. Put it down another notch. There we are. Crikey, I better check the points. Those switches, actually. Automatic. Ooh. Ooh, that's a challenge. Where are we going? We're going over here. Huh? Are we going backwards or something? Are we? Are we going backwards? Hang on a minute, something's not quite right. Are we going backwards? We are going backwards. Oh, that's a... Oh. Why did it make me couple up that end? Why didn't we just couple to the other end? Oh, never mind. So we have to push them, not pull them. Oh, that's an awkward one. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Dearie me. Whoa, it's just gone through a spin in the sky. That was nice. At least that was good fun for it. Okay. Well, clearly Union Pacific wants to become part of the NASA space program next year. There they are. It's just giving it a test flight. Clearly SD-40 is a good candidate to be the next NASA space shuttle. Right, let's get back to... let's do it again. I didn't expect that. I didn't know we had to go backwards. Well, that's an awkward one, isn't it? That's going to be a challenge. That certainly gave me a fright. Heart in the mouth moment. Let's do it again then. Initial application. Let's do all the usual diddly doodahs. Radio is closed. Warning device is now closed. The number lights front and rear. Engine room lights and the platform lights all on. Excelente. That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. Just wait for the brakes to release. Thierry, the only issue is it's over... Blimey, 570 kilometers. Wow. Leo, London KGX to Edinburgh Waverley. Oh, okay. That's a good one. DOGG, are you looking for the blue... for the blue to line up when you switch tracks? Thanks. When you switch tracks, yeah, you want the blue line to be in line with where you're going. So you can see this bit here is not quite in line with where I want to go. Press the switch there, and you can see the visual difference it makes there. Same with this one. You can see the black bit. This black line is not quite lining up with my current direction of travel. Press the switch there. You can see what it does. Right, let's try again. I might switch cabs actually when we've coupled up to these wagons. They're proving quite tricky at the moment, aren't they? I'm thinking, why do we have to attach it from the other end? Like, why? Can you unload the wagons in the cement works? Let me just go to the cement works actually. Oh, we're at the other end of the map. Right, I thought we were down there. I'm exploring new areas today. Blimey, I'm all over the show. Well, if someone knows about these procedures, and you have to give me a hand with this one. That's a very good question. Why would we go to the other end? Like, the only other reason I could think is there must be an unloading procedure at the plant where we have to unload the wagons. Well, they do have unloading capabilities, don't they? There is some chutes, 3 of them under each car. So, it just makes it a bit awkward just travelling down there. That's all. So we're not on the snug confines of the cab, we'll have to be outside the cab. It'll be pointless to me changing cabs actually, because I'll just be facing nothing but a white wagon in front of me. So my visibility will be just as poor. Right, on the brakes. Not yet. Bit too soon. Right, let's try again, shall we? Okay, round 2. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong ones. It's over here. Wrong way. These ones. I didn't change the switch, did I? No, I didn't. That's me being a muppet. I'm gonna hit my own camera. Whoa. Whoop. Forward again. Making a right hash of this, I do apologise. Forward again. Busy trying to get a good shot instead of looking where I'm going. Right, take 2, or part 3, whatever. Right, change that switch there. That goes backwards and then couples up to the rear. We can come off the automatic brakes onto the independents. Let's reverse. Let's reverse back. Right, now we've got to go all the way to the front. And proceed, finally, to the Laramie Cement Works. Right, let's check the switches. That's fine. That isn't. That's okay. That isn't. That's fine. We should be on the main line now. There we are, we're fine. We'll just check when we're coming into the plant. Yep, and that should be fine. Yes, it is. Into the siding there. Alright, cool. 3 miles until the Laramie Cement Plant. Sodokin, I'll be taking my leave. Take care, Spurs, and the chat. Alright, Sodokin, take care of yourself. We'll see you next time. Leo, I think the Luma route could at least be from Stevenage to Edinburgh. Oh, okay, fair enough. I think I'll get a better shot. Get a bit more of the tracks. There we are, it's better. Quite an interesting bit of switching there. Certainly caught me off guard. Let me go back to the plant actually. Is there any unloading capabilities? There is not. No unloading at all in the cement plant. So it's just literally pushing these wagons into the plant and leaving them there. I think doing a full run from Laramie to Cheyenne or vice versa, I think takes what, hour and a half, I think, something like that, if you're really concentrated on what you're doing when it comes to driving and knowing the gradients and all that kind of jazz, and what you're pulling as well for that matter. There are some services where you can take almost like the slow route or the fast lane, as I call it. To me, I think that's the fast lane. That's what most of the services use, this line here. Some of them hardly use this at all. But for once, that's where we're going. We're going on the slow line to the cement plant. So I'm actually quite pleased I picked this service, not only because it's a different type of duty we're doing, but also we take a look at the slowish line, that's what I like to call it, off Sherman Hill, which not many services do. Pretty remote desert scenery. A lot more grasslands than I anticipated. I've never been to Sherman Hill in real life, so it's difficult for me to judge whether the terrain is close to the real world thing. So just increase the throttle. Under 2 miles to go until the Laramie cement plant, then I think I'll call it a day. Stream wise, nearly 2 hours, hour and 45 I think we've been going for, so yeah, not too bad. It's flown by, this stream, absolutely flown by. Whoa, let's come off the power. A little bit too quick. Yeah, it's a much slower, this is definitely a slow line because the speed limit is what, 20 miles per hour. So yeah, definitely very, very slow through here. Then if you do a service that takes the slow lane, or the slow line, probably get close to 2 hours one time, which is a lot. Thierry, the East Coast Main Line has 2 routes in Train Simulated: London to Peterborough and Newcastle to Edinburgh. Yeah, I think the East Coast Main Line will be a great addition to Train Sim World 2. Whether it will get produced is another thing entirely, but I mean, imagine if we could have the whole East Coast Main Line from London to Edinburgh. I mean, wow. That would be a very, very much a challenge in itself. Because that is a lot of route. I think it's what, close to 370, 80 miles? Yeah, so it's almost impossible that the entire East Coast Main Line can be produced. But maybe somewhere like London to Peterborough or something like that, or Edinburgh to Newcastle. Be interesting. There's the plant in distance to our right. 1 mile to go until the Laramie cement plant. This is why we need an SW10 switcher in these kind of plant areas. Get them feeling more alive. Little dirt track there to the right. Now, one thing I will say, speaking of Horseshoe Curve for a second, the GP38-2 looks a little bit different. Is that a high nose GP38-2? The nose of it looks incredibly high, unless it's just the camera angle that was portrayed in the locomotive selection menu. It had a very high nose. That's how it looked to me. Time to get on the brakes, methinks. Very badly. DOGG, Wyoming, where Sherman Hill is located, is the least populated states in the United States. Really? Wow. Well, I suppose it tells its own story. That's a long old siding. Long siding. T8 is 396 miles long. That's a lot of track. So pretty much impossible for Dovetail or anyone to make the entirety of the East Coast Main Line. In terms of sections, I think the Newcastle to Edinburgh one, I think that is a good one. It explores that kind of area in the UK that we haven't really explored yet. We've explored the northeast of England quite a bit. What did we have? We had like Tees Valley, which went from Saltburn to Darlington and going through Middlesbrough. We had what was it? What have we had in the north? Obviously, we've had Glasgow's Cathcart Circle Line, and we've also had Transpennine, of course, London, which goes from Leeds to Manchester, and very soon we will have the very old school steam Spirit of Steam, set in the northwest of England, Liverpool to Crewe. It's interesting that Dovetail released confirmation of what the carriages will look like, and yeah, they look very cool. That should do the job. Let's uncouple the locomotives. Let's find a catch. Here it is. Oh, hang on, we've got to uncouple 10 of them. Oops. That's my mistake. Ah! No! Lock it up again. What is it? 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Number 10. Right in the middle. There we are. Not finished yet then. Shunting. I presume we're going to be... Oh, no. Don't go forward yet. Reverse into forward. Silly me. Maybe moving... just back up the line, and then I presume we're going to park the other set of wagons in one of these two sidings here. It's a complete guess, I have no idea. I have no idea what's coming. It's quite exciting not knowing what's going to happen. Let's get out the cab, shall we? See it in action. so pretty. Looks so real. Apart from my driving skills. Just makes me think that railways in America are somehow just better than England. I don't know why. Maybe because there's a lot more, railway, a lot more trackage in the US than compared to the UK. So much to explore. It's certainly been a greater focus on American content in Train Sim World 2. There's no question. We've had a huge number of DLCs, much more than we had in the first. I'm selecting. Oh my good lord, more over the place here. Automatic. That's what I want. Thank you very much. Yeah, certainly been a greater emphasis put on American content. I mean, what have we had? We've had the C40-AW for Sandpatch Grade. We've had Clinchfield. We've had Cane Creek. We've had the Boston Sprinter, we've had Sherman Hill, we've had New York Harlem Line, we've got Horseshoe Curve. That's 7 DLCs alone. That's quite a lot. I think that's more than any other nation for Train Sim World. What's England had? Isle of Wight, Southeastern High Speed, the 465 for that route. That's free already. Cathcart Circle, even though it's Scotland. Brighton Main Line, West Cornwall, Spirit of Steam, which is coming along, so that'll be 7 as well. Germany's really been the low one, hasn't it, really, with, what is it, München Augsburg, for 187 for Karl Aachen. The 363 for Rosig Nord. Hamburg Lübeck, Naverka Dresden, Taranto Ramp, 6. I count 6, yeah. So 6. So it's I'm quite surprised actually that those numbers are very similar or very close together. I thought that German content was a lot less than that for Train Sim World, but certainly the US has taken a huge step forward compared to 2020, hands down. I mean, before this game came out, people were crying out for something for the USA, and thankfully when the game has come out, eventually we've got some new toys to play with, and new routes to explore as well. Right, let's change the tracks, change the switches. Right, now we've got to proceed to the Laramie Cement Plant siding number 2. That's where we got to go. Thierry, we need a route that is set in Ireland or Wales. That's a good call. Ireland would be very interesting. I don't think there's ever been an Irish route in Train Simulator at all, so that'll be quite interesting to see what Ireland has to offer. CN Tomato, hey, how are you? Regarding the Norfolk Southern GP38-2, it is not a high nose, just went back to check. Oh, okay. Oh, strange, it just looks like it has a high nose, and particularly in that locomotive selection menu, like I said earlier. Oh, very unusual. It would be nice to have a high nose one, just to, you know, make it look different, make it stand out from the others. But it's nice that the GP38-2 is coming back to a new Train Sim World product. I mean, we haven't seen a 38-2 since Sandpatch Grade or Peninsula Corridor, so it's about time that it made a comeback. They didn't showcase much of the 38-2, which was a bit of a surprise in that previous stream. I know the ES44AC is the headlining act of Horseshoe Curve, but a bit surprised. I thought they would have shown it, given it a little bit more screen time. That's me going not close enough to the end of the siding. Certainly a good sense of atmosphere in this route. You know, you can hear the atmosphere of work being done or being carried out at the cement plant. Oh, don't derail. Don't derail. No. No. Don't derail. Oh, that was close. I dare not think. How close was that? Close enough. Out again. Uncouple. I wonder if there's any wagons to take back. I don't think there is. So I think that's my duties done, I think. Maybe not. I don't think it is. Unless the game pretends that the wagons are unloaded while I was just putting those ones in siding number 2, I imagine these will be finished, or pretend to be empty. Whoa, we're going a bit too fast. Must be looking at the map. Whoopsie daisy. Leo, I think the Eurostar DLC could release in December 2022, just like the TGV route did, and the Class 373 is kind of a TGV type. I think it would be possible for Dovetail to get licenses until December. Well, it's difficult to judge. I mean, unless you know, people work for Dovetail. You know, I presume they will be the only ones that know the true ins and outs when it comes to for licensing agreements. I mean, Eurostar is probably one of the toughest licenses to get ever. The license of Eurostar has never been used in not just by Dovetail Games products, but by any train simulation game. They're a pretty tough company when it comes to licenses. So if it was to come, Eurostar was to come to Train Sim World, my good lord, there will have to be a lot of money on the table, I imagine, and probably an awful lot of conditions put in place. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we did get the Eurostar license. They would ban those locomotives, or maybe ban the license itself for being used in the Creators Club. Some licenses holders are quite like that. They're very touchy with their license being used on other locomotives or by other players. S-Bahn Zentralschweiz is a very good example. When that route came out, it be SPBRABE 523 was able to be used in the Creators Club, but then last week it was removed from the Creators Club due to a request from the license holder, SBB themselves. So that's just how business of licensing goes. Sometimes you can go as far as you want, others want to be as restrictive as possible, or just don't want to be involved at all. Like I said, SBB is a very good example. As I predicted, instead of unloading them, they are pretended. We have to pretend that they've been unloaded, because we're now going to take them back to Cheyenne. I presume we'll pick up the wagons in siding number 2 as well. Let's couple up to these wagons. Wait for the brakes to do its thing. And now we've got a couple up to the other ones. That's probably the quickest unload in history then. Whoever works at this landmine plant must be pretty nippy. To the Heart of Wales line. Oh, that's a good one. Dear Jenkins, the Leipzig S-Bahn. 2 Jenkins, 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 2 Don't we have that already? Rapid Transit is well, it's the S2 line of the Leipzig S-Bahn, isn't it? Or also known as the Mitteldeutschland S-Bahn in Leipzig. I think what was recently announced, the Train Simulator was doing an extension, wasn't it, to Riesa to Dresden. It goes from Riesa to Leipzig. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get an extension, another extension to Round to Ramp. We already have one going from Dresden to, I don't know, somewhere. I can't remember what it's called. And now we might be getting another extension by the looks of it in the probably far future of a Riesa to Leipzig. Quite interesting. They're clearly quite keen to build a network in that area of Germany. Not too far from the stop marker. On the brakes. Take quite a while to apply. There we are. Let's, oh no, we've got to move them to another siding. Siding number 3. We don't have to couple these wagons up to the ones I put in siding number 2. Okay. Must be some sort of process going on here at this in this cement plant. We're going in number 3 this time. Off we go. Siding number 3 this time. In terms of the next stream, that will be taking place, normal service will be resumed on that one because it will be on Monday 8:30 PM UK time, once again on train. Am I on the right one? Oh crumbs, I'm not. Blimey, forget the pleasantries of a preview of the next stream. I'll put my wagons in the wrong siding. Oopsie daisy. My fault. I'm usually better than this at switching, I promise you. Today's just not my day. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, the next stream will be back to normal. It'll be on Monday, 8:30 PM UK time. That is Monday, April the 11th. Well, I'll still be on having some fun in the US of A, because the next route in question will be, well, completely different. We'll be doing some passenger activities on the busy New York Harlem line. So hope you can join me for that. Certainly be good fun. That'll be my first look at that as well, in terms of doing services on it. I've only done a tutorial. So yeah, that should be good fun. Right, that should be enough. Get on the brakes and see the progress. Yep. Perfect. Apologies there, just caught me off guard. Here we go. Back we go. This time, we'll get it right. We'll get it right this time. We will get it right. Sea and tomato would be interesting. A high nose would cover the front two windows completely. Oh, would it really? Okay, I didn't realise that. It would be flush with the roof of the locomotive. Ah. I've got the switches right. Yes, I have. Excelente. There we go. Leo, well, I think the Eurostar would be here anytime soon. Probably about 2 to 5 years. Well, you never know. It may never come. I mean, think of all these years we've had Train Simulator and Train Sim Mod's been out for quite a while. We must remember, and still no sign or hint from Eurostar. But speaking of brands, it's nice that BNSF have let their hair down recently in terms of licensing agreements. They've become all of a sudden very open with not just Train Sim Mod but Train Simulator in terms of letting their BNSNF Train Simulator routes and products be available worldwide, and also being included in Train Sim World as part of the Creators Club. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have a BNSF heavy freight route or a US route with some incorporation of some freight activity courtesy of BNSF. Very big brand in the US in terms of freight circles. Oh, brake. There we go. Thank you very much. Uncouple. Now this should be it. Surely. It's quite a bit of switching we've done. Longer than I expected, that's for sure. I love the grime and rust inside this cab. It's weathered really nicely. Right, let's return back to what's it called? Laramie. Let's just check the switches. See if they're all tickety-boo. You never know, they might get switched. Literally. Okay. Let's charge. To Laramie we shall go. Tirius, we do Chemnitz, that's it, Chemnitz. That was the extension. Trainmaster, hey, how are you? Nice to see you again. We're just finishing up here on Sherman Hill. Done some quite extensive and quite tricky, actually, switching at the Laramie cement plant. We're now just heading back to Laramie Yard. Thierry, Rio Grande. Yeah, Rio Grande. That's been mentioned quite a bit when it comes to BNSF stuff. That'd be quite nice to see. I think Rio Grande has some heritage units or some heritage passenger trains, don't they? I've had to use on BNSF lines now and again, so that'd be quite cool if we could have that. Have some passenger incorporation. It'd be quite good actually as well in general, like to just have some sort of passenger duties in these US heavy freight routes. It'd be quite interesting to see what runs around on these routes, passenger wise. I know Sandpatch Grady got an Amtrak service that runs around. I'm not sure about Sherman Hill or, well, Clinchfield would be very difficult if not impossible, because there is literally no stations in Clinchfield Railroad. What else? Cane Creek, that doesn't have any stations, so that would be a no. What else? Think. Horseshoe Curve could be, yeah. Horseshoe Curve, I know, definitely has some passenger activities. I don't know about in the real world, but certainly back in time it did with the Pennsylvanian Railroad of the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and maybe early 80s. So that'd be quite cool. It'll be interesting to see when Horseshoe Curve comes out, to compare all of the heavy freight routes and see which is the better overall package. It'll be interesting to see that. Just got a notification of some light rain. It will last exactly for 19 minutes apparently, according to the Apple weather. I'll say my usual YouTube stuff. Of course, if you enjoyed the stream, make sure to give it a like, and please subscribe if you are new for more up-to-date Train Sim World content and streams on my channel. Of course, the stream will be re-uploaded to the channel in full 1080p quality with the live chat replay enabled, and it will be placed into the specific Train Sim World streams playlist. Ooh, putting on the wrong type of brakes, that's okay. We only need to reduce speed slightly. Speed limit's coming down to 15 miles per hour. Slowly creeping in to Laramie Yard. Imagine trying to do a service on Sherman Hill in the snow or the rain. I imagine it'll be very, very difficult. Certainly Sandpatch Grade is challenging in the different weather conditions. Trainmaster, by the way, the Laramie noticed the I is silent. Silent I. So was it Laramie? Laramie? Is that how you say it? Properly? I do apologise if that was the incorrect pronunciation I've said all this time. At least I know now. On the final approach now. We're in the confinements of the Laramie yard. Yes, that's how you say it, says Trainmaster. Good, good. Glad I finally got it right. Pick up the speed a little bit. Thierry, have you completed the magnet trouble scenario? Is this on Sherman Hill, Thierry? If it is, then no, I have not, no. I've hardly touched Sherman Hill, to be honest. Only recently installed it. Again. And there we are. Took me a whopping 47 minutes, that, blimey. Silver medal, I'll take that any day of the week. Nice picture of West Cornwall. And there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes the stream on the world-famous heavy freight route in the United States of America, Sherman Hill, Cheyenne to Laramie, Wyoming. Of course, if you enjoyed the stream, like I said earlier, make sure to give it a like. Please subscribe for more Train Sim World news, content and streams. The next stream will be on a normal day. Normal schedule has resumed. It will be on Monday, the 11th of April, 8:30 p.m. UK time, while still being the United States of America, this time on the recently released New York Harlem line. So, yeah, hope you can join me for then. And as always, have a good weekend, and I'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Take care.